it's Pink Paper Blossom here. I hope you're all doing great. Thank you so much for coming back onto my channel and watching these videos. Today I've got my first ever Halloween swap. This is my first time ever actually crafting anything Halloween, and I have absolutely loved it. I've found it a bit tough because the only collection I owned was 31 from, Prima, the Frank Garcia collection from like last year. And when I bought it, I waited too long to buy it. So when I bought it, I couldn't get any chipboard light pieces, chipboard stickers. I couldn't get any ephemera pieces, ephemera packs. So all I had was the papers, some journaling cards, the flowers, and the puffy stickers. So with that, I've done my swap. And then I had like a few flatbacks and cabochons and stuff like that I ordered off of Ali. Anyway, all in all, I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I'm very, very excited to send these off. This is actually a swap hosted by two wonderful ladies. One of them is US based and the other one is UK based, if I'm not mistaken. And that way we've been able to do like a US side of the swap and like a European side of the swap, because shipping is just so absolutely ridiculous at the moment. How long it's taking, how expensive it's become. That is just best if we keep it within the EU, or EU/UK, or the US. So this has been hosted by Zara and by Stacey. Stacey is, I have all of their details linked down below. Zara is Mrs. S Snail Mail. That's at Mrs. S Snail Mail. That's Zara. And Stacey is, if I'm not mistaken, at Butterfly Creations by Stacey. There's some underscores and some dots in that too. But anyway, like I said, I'll have it all linked down below. I'll have their YouTube channels and the Instagram accounts as well. They will be doing reveals on their channels, and then we'll send these off and then eventually get some back from the other ladies that have participated. So basically we had to do 3, which was 2 for other crafters and 1 for hostesses. So that's what we've done, 3 of each. Now let me show you, because there were a few things you had to send. You had to send at least 2 shakers, a banner piece, some Halloween candy, at least 2 embellishments, a sequins mix, a chunky like charm dangle, and a mem dex, I reckon. I think that's it. So I'll show you all the bits and bobs that I've made. I'm going to start off with this one here. Oh, actually, I'll show you what I'm planning on putting these in, because the packaging was also like a requirement. So I got a swap, one of those group swaps. It was a pink Valentine's Day swap, group swap that Chantal hosted, and I received some beautiful, beautiful mail from the other crafters that participated in the group swap, and one of them was made with like I don't think it was a tulle bag, but she did make a little bag out of like a sheer fabric, and I absolutely loved the idea, and I honestly didn't know how to fit all of this stuff in there. I'm still doubting it'll all fit in here, but fingers crossed it will. But these are the little bags that I've made. I was gifted this gold chunky glitter tool by Chantal from a Christmas swap that we did, and I stitched it all in pink. Can you see? It's all stitched in pink, like a corally pink. And my plan is to fit everything in here and then make a little bit of like gather it all up here, make it look a bit like a sweet treat thing, wrap it nicely with some really nice ribbon, and then my plan is to hang one of these tags that I've made. I've made 3 of these, obviously, because there has to be 3 of each. Some, like, there's little differences in some of them, like this one says scary, this one says spooky, and this one says creepy. So I will hang those off of there, and I will also hang this little tassel that I've made. It just has like a coffin charm there, and then this little charm thing that says boo. So yeah, I've made, like I said, 3 of those as well, with some little changes, like the orange beads are different, but the rest is all exactly the same. So that's how I'm planning on packaging it all up. Let me show you. The first thing I made was this package here. I saw this wrapping paper and I was like, yes, this is ideal. It's like a marbly effect. It has all the 31 kind of tones of pink and white and orange and peach and, you know, all of that, and I loved it. So I've made 3 of these. So it goes 1, 2 and 3, like with everything else. And for instance, the difference here is where I put Halloween candy, the actual Halloween word is in different colours because I didn't have 3 of each. So I had it in white, in orange and in black. And basically in here, there's some of that spooky candy. I've put this little clip here with like a word dangle that says eek, and then like a crackled bead and a star. So this comes off, and then in here basically I'm just giving them some Dracula candy. I made these gift bags obviously off of the wrapping paper. I just thought it was so lovely. So there we go, that's one of the things I've done. The next thing I want to show you is the banner pieces. So again, little changes here and there. Like for example, this one I made it with like the orange backing. These 2 are pink. These 2 have the 31 on them. This one just says eek. The flowers change a bit, you know. It's just a bit of everything. They're mostly all the same, but there's a few changes here and there. So basically, this is what it looks like. I've put little black foam balls on them. Put it on a gold straw. And that's what it looks like. It had to be minimum, I think, 3x4. I did mine slightly bigger. And then I used a rosette from Cheryl Gerard's Etsy shop in pink, and just, you know, layered as much as I possibly could without a frummer or chipboard. I fuzzy cut some of the images. It helped me out quite a bit. So yeah, those are the 3 banner pieces that I made. What else do we have here? We have a sequins mix. So I didn't really know how to package it up, and I thought I'd make kind of like a little envelope thing that would be sealed all around, obviously. And I would just die cut the middle and have it as a window. So it kind of acts like a sequins mix shaker pouch thing. And this is how I've decorated it. I've used some of those sequins and some polymer clay bits to decorate. I've die cutted some of the words and, you know, spider webs. I have that little flat back spider there from AliExpress, and this tombstone flat back as well from AliExpress. I've gone through a lot of my Halloween stash, to be honest, but I love it. Ooh, I love going through my stash because it means I'm using it. It means I can buy more. Okay, so that's that. Next thing I want to show you are my memory decks cards. I'm really happy with these. I'll show you. I'll just put 2 of these down, and then I'll just open one of the packs. I'll just seal it back up afterwards. I've put my little Handmade with Love by Pink Paper Blossom on there, and basically this is the only memory decks cards die that I own. So, you know, I have to be a bit creative so that they don't all look the same. And I thought, you know what, it's a pegboard, it's one of those clipboard dies, and I thought, why not make like a book of spells? And that's what I did. I basically just made a little book of spells. It's all distressed and inked, and, you know, it says Hocus Pocus. I don't know. And then I did like little tabs here, like there's special, you know, potion mixes and stuff, and I did like a little vellum fishbone there. I don't know if you can see. I really liked how these turned out. I actually made it so it looked, I don't know, a bit worn. So yeah, let me put this back in there. It's quite sturdy. I backed it onto some black cardstock as well. But yeah, that's that. Very, very happy with those. Next things next, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be gifting them in these little stripy black and white bags. My intention is to then seal this shut, but I need to take some photos of everything, so I didn't want to seal it just yet. And then in here, oh, I am gifting them 2 shakers and an embellishment. So this is the embellishment that I've made for them. It's a little haunted house. I've paper pieced that together, hung a couple of charms, like bead in the charm, put up a couple of spiders on there, and I just literally made like a shaker backing for it. And then the next thing is this little potion. Let me get this out so I can show you. This little, what you call these, like witch's brew or something like that. Again, the vellum fishbone. It's a shaker, and then it just has some spiders on them and the word eek, and that's kind of like an iridescent smoke coming out of it. I did the bubbles with some Nuvo drops. I really like how this turned out, to be honest. Really happy with the whole swap, to be fair. That's that. And then the second shaker that I made for them is this here. This shaker die is actually a Christmas snowball die. But I saw it and I was like, you know what? I could make this work as one of those magic balls, like that you just rub to see the future and stuff like that. So I just used it for that. And I think it turned out really, really nicely. Decorated it with some flowers from the collection and a little cluster down here. Love it. So those are the 2 shakers and one of the embellishments that I am sending them. Oops. So that goes like this and in here. This is a bit tight. Okay, so that is that. Then we have some candy pouches, and these are just, you know, some candy wrapper things that I've made, and I just stuck a flat back skull on them and just put the words candy. And in here there's some like marshmallow eyeballs, really cool. So that's a bit more of candy for them. Then I have the little charm dangles. So these are the boxes I've put them in. Again, I've made it work without any chipboard or ephemera pieces, which feels like a bit of a miracle, to be honest. And let me just show you one of them. I'll show you this one here. They're all exactly the same. So this is the charm dangle that I've made for them. So there's like a pink ghost down here. There's a pink, white, like Jingle Bell ghost. Oh yeah, Jingle Bell ghost. There's just a bunch of things here. So there's some candy. There's lots of beads. There's this little bauble that has those caviar beads in them. Some spider charms. There's this cross charm here. That little wand for a witch, if necessary. That little black skull bead. Some like spider web beads. This little candy corn charm, a pumpkin charm, more beads, another pumpkin charm, bat charm, candy, some spiderweb charms, star beads. I mean, there's pink and white and all sorts. What else do we have? Another ghost. Is there anything else back here? You know, there's just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. I've made it very, very chunky. I really like how it's turned out. So, very happy with that. I love making chunky dangles. Honestly, it's one of my absolute favourite things to do. Okay, I'll put that back together in a second. Then, I've made them these flowers, these paper flowers. So they've got 2 of the big ones and 8 of the smaller ones. And I've kind of alternated the colours. The big ones have a centre of a foam ball, and the small ones have some seed beads in them. And again, I've made the backing kind of a shaker, and I cut it through the middle, like I stitched it through the middle, sorry, so it would maintain shaker at the top and at the bottom. So that's the 3 of those. These are exactly the same. And then that would be the requirements that we were given. So, you know, the 2 embellishments, the memory dex card, the 2 shakers, the candy, the chunky dangle, the sequins mix, and the banner. And then on top of that, I've made for them these little, let me show you here, embellishment boxes that I'm sending as a little extra. They're all a bit different, so like the flowers that I've used, I've changed up a bit. The skulls vary in colour a little. You know, here this is coming off. Here I've gone for Trick or Treat, here for Witch's Brew, and here for Haunted House. They're all coming off, I need to sort them out. But anyway, let me show you what one of them has in them. They all have the same in them. So on the side we have a little spell book charm, the tombstone flat back that I've turned into a charm with that bow, and this little bauble full of caviar beads, and they're all hanging from this ball chain. They all have the same beads and charms or whatnot. And then in here, this is a pink box, and in the pink box I am gifting the girls some black and white and orange and white stripy beads, some orange star beads, the pumpkin charm. This is my favourite pumpkin charm, sorry, and it turns out that the new Prima Marketing Lunar collection has these, which is really fun. I'll top up on those. Some of the flat back spiders, some of the flat back tombstones, quite a few of these actually. I'm gifting them quite a few because I've found this really, really handy. Some of those sweet corn, candy corn charms, all sorts of different bow charms in all the colours from the Prima collection, one of those skull flatbacks, a bunch of pink beads, crackled, solid, those that look like eyes, and then a bunch of charms. There's some, there's 2 of each, I think, so two of that ghost, 2 spiders and 2 pumpkins. So yeah, and that is the little extra that I'm sending all the girls, because I have done swaps before, group swaps before, and I've sent out so much less than I've received, and I was like, that is it, it's not happening to me again. I'm doing a little extra for the girls. So that's that, guys. There's a lot for me to package up now. I need to take a few photos of everything and send this off. I need to send this off before the 12th. It's actually the 7th, I think, today, so I'm planning on sending it off tomorrow. So yeah, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.